Alright folks, so today I have my '07 Grand Marquis, and the windows just stopped working and the radio stopped working at the same time. So I'm just going to try and figure out if it's a simple issue like a fuse, and if it is, hopefully you guys can learn from this, and instead of taking it to a mechanic, you can check these simple things first before you bring it to a mechanic and spend crazy money on it. So here she is, it's an '07 Grand Marquis. This would apply to a Crown Vic and a Lincoln Town Car too. So when I get in the car and I start it, as you can see, nothing turns on the radio other than the time, but clicking all these buttons, nothing happens. So clearly it's not getting power somehow. And then also, as you can see, the windows don't roll down, none of them work. So I'm thinking it's possibly a fuse. And I just wanted to show you guys what checking for this would look like, because this could save you time and money. A fuse is something small that you could buy at a hardware store or anywhere basically. So all you need is a multimeter, or you could just pull the fuse out and visually inspect it. So I'm going to show you guys the fuse box diagram so that I can figure out what fuse it could possibly be. And we'll kind of know for sure if the fuse is for the windows and the radio connected, because then that would make sense why they both went off at once. And so if we can figure out what fuse that is, then I'm going to pull that fuse out, and then I'm going to show you guys how to test the fuse. As you can see from the diagram, it was fuse number 9, which is right here, this bottom left one. So all we're gonna do is pop this cover off. It's the one inside the cab. So I'm just gonna grab a pair of pliers and pull it out. Okay guys, so now that the fuse is out, you can clearly see that it's blown. That little metal piece in the middle should be connected, and clearly the fuse is popped. So a lot of times you can visually inspect these, but if you can't, there's another way to test it. All right guys, so right here I have a cheap little multimeter that I got from Harbor Freight, and I'm just gonna set it to test continuity, and that basically just tests if there's a connection. So basically how it works is if these two prongs touch each other and there's connection, it'll beep and make a sound, as you can hear. So that means there should be connection between this prong, and if there's not, that means the fuse is bad. All right, so if you guys can see right here, I have the red side, the positive, touching one prong, and then I have the left side touching the other, and there is no connection. So you could check a fuse with it inside of the car, but it's good practice to pull it out and check it while it's out. And yeah, so clearly our fuse is blown by a visual inspection and through testing with the multimeter, because as you can tell, if these two are connected, you're gonna hear the multimeter make a beep. So now we know that we need to replace this fuse. So personally, I keep a few extra fuses in my car because they're just cheap and they're nice to have. And if you get stuck on the side of the road, it might be an easy fix like this. So as you can see right here, this fuse is the same size as the ones in here. And this is a 7.5 amp fuse. I only have 5s and 10s. So what you would want to do is you would want to go with the smaller one. So what we would do is, as you can see on here, we have the 5 amp fuse, and that's these ones right here. Because you wouldn't want to do the ones above the amount, because that's how you start a fire. So now you see your blown fuse right here, and you compare it to your other fuse, and you can make sure that they're the same size and that it's gonna fit in real nice. And then now all we gotta do is put this fuse in where the old one went in and test it out. The old clip got deleted, so I'm gonna have to redo this, but all you do is you plug in your new fuse right into where the old one went, and you just make sure it's in there nice and tight. All right, now all there is to do is test it out. So you start up the car or just turn it on, and we'll see if the windows work. And the windows now work, and the radio's back. So obviously in this case it was a simple and easy fix, just a simple blown fuse. But kind of the point of this video is just to show you that sometimes you can look up short videos and you can find these simple fixes for things that you would take your time to go to a shop for, then you would pay a shop to diagnose this problem, when really it was something simple like a fuse. So you can get fuses for cheap. You can get them for $5 or $10, and you can get a whole pack of them. So yeah, that's how you test your fuse, and I hope this helps somebody out. If it helps one person out, then this video is worth making. If you guys enjoyed the video or it helped you out, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.